What's going on YouTube? I am back with another video, and in this one we are headed to a local card show, but this is not going to be the typical card show vlog. So the last card show I went to here in Louisville, I also did a little SGC grading challenge, which a lot of people seem to like. I did get some comments saying, you know, it kind of defeats the purpose if I'm going to look at cards at the show and then I'm going to come home and look at them as well, because that was really the point of the whole video, is to see how good my eye is at shows. So I decided for this one I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm not going to include any basketball. So that was the issue on the last one. You know, I wanted to include some of the cards for my fire packs, and I can basically only use SGC 10s. So if I came back home and saw that they weren't in the greatest condition, I didn't want to send them. So basically how I'm gonna, you know, work around that is I'm just gonna buy anything that's not basketball. So for this challenge, there will be no basketball cards. It'll be, you know, be baseball, football, soccer, whatever, basically anything but basketball. And I'm actually not gonna look at the cards when I get home. So I do have a little tool that's gonna help me. I have a little magnifying lens. So actually, before we go to the show, I actually have to go and get some batteries, because this does have a light. So this, when I first started grading cards, this is actually what I used. So I'm actually gonna take this to the show. I know I'm gonna look like a big goofball at the show with a magnifying lens, but I think it'll be good for the challenge. And that way, you know, hopefully I'll still do okay. I won't need to come home and, you know, look at them really super close under my better magnifying lens. So we'll see how it goes, but that's the plan. I'm gonna try to pick up 5 cards, and I'm gonna send them to SGC 5-day. Should be back in like a week and a half, and I will show you guys the grades. But I think I actually am gonna split this one up into 2 videos. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me at the show, and then come home, show you guys all the cards I picked up and get them ready to send off. And then I'll make another video when the grades actually do come back. So yeah, that's the plan for this one, and I'll check back in at the show. All right guys, just checking back in. Just went to the gas station, picked us up a Monster, so we'll have a little bit of energy at the show. And then we did get our AAA batteries for our magnifying lens, so we are good to go on the SGC grading challenge. Now I'm actually gonna go grab some breakfast, and then we're gonna head on to the show. You care if I take the pits out and look at it?
Go ahead, man.
All right, appreciate it.
Oh, Angel, yeah. You top loader by chance? I don't.
Would you do 150 on these two?
What did I tell you?
I think it was 125 and 35, so you got one, it's like 10 off.
Yeah, it's it.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it.
Got the piece. $3. Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Do you know, have you all looked at it or anything?
No, not at all.
Okay. I'm gonna look like an idiot here. Get my
Oh, no, you're good. Go for it.
I'm trying to do a little like grading challenge.
Okay.
See if I can pick up raw cards that grade well.
Yep. I don't blame it.
Doesn't look too bad actually.
Yeah, some stuff just gets through the system so quick we don't even look at it.
Don't have a chance to, yeah. You got any room on it?
$74.99.
74?
Yeah, right. The cent discount. I mean, I could probably make it around 70.
70?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go ahead and grab it.
All right, sweet.
Having trouble finding raw cards that might grade, so.
Appreciate it, boys.
that actually does look pretty good. It's been a major struggle trying to find some cards to grade.
Sure, I get it. Last one did 50. Last one did 51. April 24th.
51. Okay.
40.
40. Okay.
Work?
Would you do? So these are actually around like 42. So 40, 40. Would you do 80 for both?
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
fine.
All right. All right, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Frank.
All right. That is the last one I needed, so I'm done with my challenge. Appreciate it. All right, guys, so just wanted to check back in. About to leave the show, and I was able to complete the grading challenge, and man, it was a bit of a struggle today. It's a little bit of a slower show. There's a lot of empty tables, and I struggled massively to actually find 5 cards that I felt were worth grading. One of the cards you guys are going to see later on is actually graded by a new company that was set up here at the show. I've never heard of them before. I bought a cheap $20 card. I thought it'd be interesting to crack it out, send it to SGC, and see what it actually gets. So you guys have probably seen most of the cards that I picked up today for the grading challenge, but I'll definitely be sure to go home and let you guys see all the cards, and then we're going to send them off to SGC and should be back in, week and a half. So I'll check back in when we get home. All right, guys, so we have made it back home. Today is the following day from the show, so it's Sunday the 22nd. I did not get a chance to ship these cards out yesterday after the show, so I'm going to plan on sending them out tomorrow, which is Monday the 23rd. Again, I am sending these at SGC 5 days so I can get them back as quickly as possible and show you guys the results. So again, just kind of continuing on from some of the previous clips, it was definitely a big struggle to find 5 cards that I thought were worth sending to SGC that were 1, not basketball, and 2, actually in good condition. Plus, the show yesterday was probably, in terms of like dealers, at this particular show was probably the lowest that I have ever seen. I think there was just a lot of other shows in surrounding areas, and there just wasn't a great turnout yesterday. So it was really, really hard to find cards to send to SGC. I probably did 10 to 15 laps of all the tables at the show and was finally able to come up with 5 cards. So let's go ahead and run through these. I feel like I got some pretty good cards. I'm actually really happy with the cards that I did go ahead and pick up for this grading challenge. And I will say, I don't remember the exact amount I paid for each card, but I'm in all 5 of these cards somewhere around $250. Give or take probably $20. So we're going to start off with the Mac Jones Rookie Wave. I actually had not seen this insert before. I didn't rip any playoff, but I thought this was a really, really nice looking insert, and it is actually a parallel. So it is the purple parallel. So it does say Prism back there, and I got this one for $5. I think these, that's not like a crazy deal. I think they're maybe $10 to $15 cards, but I thought it was, again, a really nice looking card. If it does grade well and get an SGC 10, I think, it's probably $50 to $75. So I thought that one was potentially worth sending. Thought it was in good shape. So that's the first one. Got it for $5. The next one, we are going to send the Jamar Chase. This is actually the second one that I have sent. The first one I found for the last grading challenge actually did come back in SGC 10. So I thought this one looked pretty clean as well. This is, again, the variation. So you can see that 307V. Jamar Chase Mosaic Variation. Again, last time I graded one of these, it did get a 10, so hopefully we can do it twice. I got this one for around, I want to say $35 or $40, so I feel like that's a pretty decent deal. The last one got a 10. I think it's valued probably around $150. So that one hopefully will be worth it. And then this one, the next 2 cards, I'm actually really, really hoping grade well, because these were definitely the 2 biggest cards that I picked up for the challenge. So this is a Mac Jones Stellar Rookies out of Rookies and Stars. And I'm a big fan of Rookies and Stars. I think these cards, all the different inserts, I think they look really, really nice. And this one is actually the blue parallel, so it's going to be numbered to 50. And I thought it looks really, really good. There's one part that actually threw me off down here. It almost kind of looks like there's an indent in the card, but that is the design. I looked at that very, very close, and that is just part of the card. And I will say, I did not look at these, you know, when I got home, I did go ahead and wipe them down with a microfiber cloth just to get like any fingerprints off. But I did not look at them super close under a magnifying lens because I didn't want anything to like, you know, change my mind about sending them. So I'm sending these no matter what. I'm just going off what I saw at the show. So I want to mention that as well. But again, it did kind of look like an indent down here, but I'm pretty sure that's just part of the card. I looked at that pretty close. So hopefully this one gets a 10. I picked this one up for $70. I think if it gets a 10, it's probably going to be like a $200 to $300 card. So fingers crossed on that one. And then fingers crossed on this one as well. So I want to say I picked this one up for around $120. This is the Kyle Pitts NFL debut Genesis. One has actually sold, an SGC 10 sold of this for $300. So again, I'm in all these cards for about $250. If these two cards come back as SGC 10s, you know, again, we're looking, say, $250 on this one and then $300 here. That's $550. And I'm just going to go ahead and say that the grading fee is $250. I'll just say that it's $50 a piece. Now, for myself, since I do run an SGC submission, it is a little bit cheaper, but I'm just going to say it's $250. So I'm basically in with the grading fee and the cards about $500. If these two come back as 10s, that takes care of the entire cost of the cards in submission, and the rest would be profit. So fingers crossed on these two. Really need those two to grade well. And then finally, I kind of cheated on this one. Again, I really struggled finding 5 cards to send, and I actually picked this one up before the Mac Jones, and I just thought it looked like a really nice card. I'm a Jamar Chase fan, and it's already graded by another company as a Gem Mint 10, so I thought this one would be pretty interesting to crack and see what it actually grades. Now, I will say this company was set up at the show, and they had a bunch of their cards that were graded. And I did see a LeBron Prism Red Cracked Ice that was graded as a 10. And I'm pretty sure there was a print line going down the middle of it. So I don't know. That doesn't give me a ton of confidence on this one. Again, this is game on grading. So not a ton of confidence, but I thought it would just be interesting if nothing else. So I'm going to go ahead and crack this one out after I record this clip. And then we're going to go ahead and send these off to SGC 5-Day. And once the cards come back, it's actually going to be a separate video. So I am actually going to wrap this video up here. So I hope you guys did enjoy this one. Let me know how you think these cards will do down below in the comments. Definitely be interested to know how you think I did on my pickups and what the grades will get. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and definitely be sure to check back in when they come back from SGC.